Hi guys and welcome back to Underdog TV. Today we have Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Netflix anime originals have been mid for the most part. Why am I saying this? Well, nothing has really caught my eye by Netflix except Bastard Heavy Metal. Yes, Bastard. It's loud, rude and crude, and hentai. Yes, a bit of hentai. Oh, and by the way, there is a Bastard hentai manga version. Now, a few months ago, a new anime was released, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, based on the video games. I was doubtful it was any good. After episode 1, I was not impressed, but after finishing the anime, I had to remake this review as my views had drastically changed after finishing it. Cyberpunk Edge Runners was really hyped up, even getting a Forbes article. So I got off my watch list and started watching it, with famous director Hiroyuki Imaishi working on this anime. It was just another reason for me to want to watch this anime. I couldn't watch it during its release as I was busy with Gundam The Witch from Mercury and Bastard. So with time on my hands now, I said, hey, let's watch this 10 episode anime now. The futuristic city looks cool and the fashion is cool. So I was also interested in why so many people enjoyed this anime so much. Like seriously, everywhere I go, I can't escape this anime. What really got me into the story was the world building. So much detail, but stayed for the story. Night City in California looks like the real California. Homeless, crime, and violence. Yes, paradise in California. Our main man, David Martinez, is a screw-up, just like me. And just like me, he's trying to live his life, avoiding the homeless on his morning walks to school, and bored as hell. He screws up stuff like school and almost gets kicked out of school. I would say just like me, but that's never happened to me. But it did happen to my friend for throwing food at school. But I don't want to talk about that. Anyways, he attends the prestigious school, yet being a poor kid with poor background, you know that's going to irk the rich kids. Like many of us, the city's problems become his problems, and after some bad times and bad luck, he needs to find ways to make cash. On a train ride, he runs into the very pretty and very dangerous Lucy, who takes him on a moon trip. If you watch the anime FLCL, Fully Coolly, then you would know to stay away from bad women. Somehow he gets affiliated with a group called Edge Runners. He joins the group to pay off massive debt. He does jobs for them, which involve a lot of shooting, stealing, and violence. Also fighting some biker guys. Meanwhile, he still wants to learn more about Lucy, even if she is cold and distant. The leader of the Edge Runners is a man named Maine, who David becomes friendly with after a few jobs. He does many jobs, but after one job he runs into a strange fellow with a disease called cyberpsychosis. Now cyberpsychosis is very important to remember as it is a disease that develops over time with cybernetic upgrades. Cyberpsychosis is just another part of the world building in this dark city of Night City. A lot of the world building in this anime revolves around cybernetic implants as well as hacking and other technologies. The anime can sometimes feel apocalyptic, post-apocalyptic, because of the crime and cybernetic weapons. We are introduced to a lot of characters that are one-dimensional, but they play their part. After a failed job, things get dark, and David learns to become more stronger to carry on other characters' dreams. David and Lucy's relationship develops with time, and is one of the reasons to keep watching. After a couple of upgrades, David is a hotshot in Night City, and is caught in some dark deals, and it concludes in this depressing tone. But is it truly depressing, or do hard choices sometimes make others people's dreams come true? Would that really be a sad ending, or would it be a happy ending? Okay, now let's talk more about the characters. David Martinez is nothing special, just an ordinary guy, ordinary California guy. He does main character stuff like not fitting in, being rebellious. David has no real aspirations or dreams, but he tries to live on others' dreams. Now the mysterious Lucy, she's cold and distant and has a hard time trusting anyone. Lucy's background is what you would expect from a person that's cold and distant. Pretty but fatal. Then we get Maine, a former soldier and mercenary, now a boss of his crew of edge runners. A big, nice guy, but not too soft. Rebecca, loud mouth, cute with some serious heat. Her shotguns always deliver some really cool scenes. She's also one of the most popular characters in the anime. Now we are introduced to other characters from the crew like Dorio, Pilar, Kiwi, and Falco. Unfortunately, not much time is given to them, but the few moments we see of them on screen, they're pretty good moments. Almost every character's personality is remembered for their unique features, as all the character designs are different. Even side characters and background characters have strange appearances, mostly because of their cybernetic implants. Sure, not every anime can have a Full Metal Alchemist level development, but for the time the series is given, they, as mostly David and Lucy, will drive the story to the moon. The animation? Let's get something straight. Trigger is not my favorite studio, as it's not that it's in the same league as Madhouse or Sunrise. I would say the animation is nothing special, but there were times when the animation surprised me. But there were other times where the animation was strange like in a bad way. The animation was creative and cool, even if I'm not a Studio Trigger fan. Studio Trigger did a decent job, but I'm not a fan of that studio, like I said. Now, what about the sound and the music? I watched it in dub, and I was not disappointed. I did rewatch a few parts with subs, but I was not impressed. Lucy and David's voice everyone's voice sounded better in dub in my opinion, except maybe Rebecca a little bit. Netflix is finally learning how to make good dubs, especially since they are losing a lot of money. That's what I would think. The opening music was skipped. It wasn't that good. I would usually go to get some on a bathroom break. The song "I Really Want to Stay at Your House" will stay in my head for a while because it plays during some of the best moments in the anime. Cyberpunk Edge Runners is not an award-winning anime, but it is an anime you can sit down, laugh, and cry, and just have a good time. It has a little bit of everything, but not enough episodes. It does a perfect job portraying the cyberpunk future, and in some parts reminds me of Ghost in the Shell. The distant future portrayed here seems depressing and violent, but it's not that different from today's world. When watching this anime, the first 2 episodes, like I said, might be a letdown, but if you make it to the end, your expectations might blast off to the moon. Cyberpunk Edge Runners is one of the top 10 anime of 2022 for me. There were many other greats in 2022. 2022 was stacked. I will need to watch many more from last year. Slowly and surely I will get there. Should I keep watching and reviewing anime of 2022? Let me know in the bottom what you guys think. What's your favorite moments or characters in Cyberpunk Edge Runners? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, comment, and like this video. And I'll see you next time.